Now, ICC T20 World Cup 2021 is going on. And in this World Cup, there were 8 teams which had already qualified in the Super 6 stage. And warm up matches were held among these 8 teams. These matches were on 20th of October. 4 matches were held that were between England versus New Zealand, India versus Australia, Afghanistan versus West Indies, and Pakistan versus South Africa. And on 18th October, also four warm-up matches happened. They were Pakistan versus West Indies, South Africa versus Afghanistan, Australia versus New Zealand, and India versus England. Now, no more warm up matches will happen. And in these warm up matches, each team played 2 matches. And the teams which performed best in these warm up matches were South Africa and India. Both these teams won both of their matches. And the 2 teams which performed bad were West Indies and New Zealand. They lost both their matches. And the other 4 teams, they won 1 match and lost 1 match each. That is West Indies, England, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. So I'll be telling you about the details, the scoreboard of all these 8 matches, and how the players of each team performed, their batsmen, their bowlers. I will be telling you about that. So we will start with the 4 matches which happened recently on 20th of October. We will start with the England versus New Zealand match. First of all, you can see on the screen, I will show you the complete scoreboard. Now, in England versus New Zealand match, England batted first and they made 163 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in their 20 overs. And in reply, New Zealand were all out for 150 runs. So England won this match by 13 runs. Let's see how their batsmen performed, English batsmen, in their first innings when England scored 163 for 6. In this, as you can see, Josh Butler was the top scorer. He made 73 runs in 51 balls. That was a really good performance. Butler is showing good form. And other than that, Bairstow performed. He scored 30 runs of 21 balls. And Sam Billings also played a cameo innings of 27 runs of only 17 balls. And rest of their batsmen failed, like Roy, Jason Roy, David Milan, Morgan, Livingstone. They didn't really do much. And let's see who was the best bowler from New Zealand team. Ish Sodhi. He took 3 wickets for 46 runs. So he was their standout bowler. And the rest of the bowlers performed decently. Saudi and Jamieson were expensive. They both gave away just above 30 runs in their 3 overs. So let's see who scored for New Zealand. New Zealand scored 150 all out in reply. Martin Guptill was their top scorer with 41 runs. Davon Conway made 20 runs, and Ish Sodhi here at the bottom, we can see he scored 25. And rest of the batting lineup failed for New Zealand. Seifert, Phillips, Chapman, Mitchell. So Kane Williamson was not there. Let's have a look at the bowling of England team. Mark Wood was the pick of the bowler. He took 4 wickets for 23 runs. And Adil Rashid also bowled well. He took 3 wickets for 18 runs. So that was the performance in this first match. Now let's have a look at the second match, which also happened on 20th of October. This was between India and Australia. In this, India won by 8 wickets. Australia batted first. They made 152 for 5 in their 20 overs. And India chased down this total easily in 17.5 overs only, with only 2 wickets down. So they won by 8 wickets, India. Let's see how Australian batsmen performed. In the Australian innings, their top 3 failed: Warner, Finch, Mitchell Marsh. They all failed. And Steve Smith was their top scorer with 57 runs. Maxwell continued with his good form from IPL, scoring 37 runs. Marcus Stoinis also played a really good innings, 41 runs from 25 balls. Let's see how Indian bowlers bowled. Ashwin bowled well, 8 runs and 2 wickets. Okay. And rest of the bowler, they were just about okay. Bhuvneshwar this time was not that expensive. He gave away 27 runs in 4 overs, 1 wicket. And Thakur was a bit expensive, 3 overs, 30 runs. And interesting thing is that Kohli bowled in this match. He bowled 2 overs, 12 runs. So maybe somewhere Virat Kohli will be our sixth bowler as the tournament progresses. Pandya didn't bowl here. He was playing in this match. Varun Chakravarti was expensive, 2 overs, 23 runs. So let's see how Indian batsmen performed. KL Rahul made 39. Rohit Sharma was the top scorer for 60 runs. He retired hurt. He was not injured. He retired hurt to give chance to the other batsmen. Surya Kumar Yadav was net out, 38 runs. Hardik Pandya was sent at number 4. He also remained not out at 14 runs. So all the batsmen also scored at a good strike rate, as we can see. And India won this match convincingly. So it was a sort of one-sided match. And I think among Australian bowlers, there won't be much to talk about because they took only 2 wickets. Now let's see what happened in the third match, third warm-up match. This was between Afghanistan and West Indies. And surprisingly, Afghanistan won this match convincingly. They won by 56 runs. Afghanistan batted first. They made a really good total of 189 for 5. And West Indies could only make 133 for 5 in 20 overs. In the Afghanistan innings, as we can see, their top 4 batsmen, they performed really well. Hazratullah Zazazi made 56 runs. Mohammad Shehzad made 54. Gurbaz 33. Najibullah 23. And their openers performed really well. 2 half centuries and their strike rate was also really good. So it was a 90 runs opening partnership. And among the West Indies bowler, they gave away a lot of runs. Ocean and Thomas, 28 runs in 2 overs only. McCoy, although he took 2 wickets, but he gave away a lot of runs, 43 runs. So I can see that there was not much to talk about. Maybe Russell, he bowled economically, 2 overs, 13 runs and 1 wicket. Other than that, rest of the bowlers, they didn't take much wickets and also were expensive. And if we look at West Indies batting, they didn't get all out. So that means they didn't play according to the situation. Chasing such a huge total, they made only 133. We can see their openers had a bad day. They didn't do much. But after that, Roston Chase was sent at number 3 and he made 54 runs of 58 balls at strike rate of only 93. Well, that's poor batting, I would say, not batting according to the situation. Maybe he was just having a batting practice. Shimran Hetmeyer made only 2 of 10 balls. Well, West Indies batsmen were finding it really difficult. Nicholas Pooran made useful 35 in 26 balls. Andre Russell 11 of 16 balls. Again, very low strike rate. So West Indies lost this match convincingly to Afghanistan. From Afghanistan bowlers, we can see Mohammad Nabi was their best bowler. He took, oh my God, 4 overs, 2 maidens, 2 runs and 3 wickets. That is an amazing statistics, amazing bowling performance. And rest of their bowlers were okay. They were fine. And Rashid Khan, let's check out. Rashid Khan was economical, 3 overs, 14 runs, but no wicket. So Mohammad Nabi was the pick of the bowlers and his bowling stats are really baffling. Okay, so let's see the 4th match of 20th October. This was between Pakistan and South Africa. And South Africa won this match by 6 wickets. Pakistan is one of the favorites and they were confident, but nobody is considering South Africa as a strong team except me. I have chosen South Africa as one of my semi-finalists in my prediction video. And here South Africa surprised Pakistan. Pakistan batted first, making 186 for 6 in 20 overs. And South Africa chased it down in exactly 20 overs. They made 190 for 4 and they won on the last ball of the match. South Africa had to make 19 runs in the last over and they made it. So first of all, let's see who performed in batting for Pakistan. Rizwan made 19 as opener, Babar Azam 15, Fakhar Zaman made 52 of only 28 balls and 5 sixes. Oh, Fakhar Zaman is in good form. Hafiz only 13, Shoaib Malik 28, Asif Ali 32 of 18. That's a good performance. Then Hassan Ali not out 11. So Fakhar Zaman was the pick of the batsman. And let's have a look at the bowling of South Africa. Rabada was the pick of the bowler, taking 3 wickets for 28 runs. And the rest of the bowlers were okay. And among South African batsmen, so their openers failed, but Rosse van der Dussen, century, 101 net out of only 51 balls, 10 fours, 4 sixes. Oh my God, what an innings. Well, that innings must have been in the style of AB de Villiers batting, a strike rate of almost 200. And Tamba Bavuma made 46. Well, he played only supporting roles. His strike rate was very less, 109, but Rosse van der Dussen proved to be the man of the match. Amazing batting. And Pakistan must have been shocked to lose this match. Among their bowlers, Imad Wasim bowled well, 19 runs, 2 wickets. Shaheen Afridi was also okay, 30 runs, 2 wickets. The rest of the bowlers were expensive and they didn't take much wicket. Well, they took only 4 wickets. South Africa chased it down, such a big total, losing only 4 wickets. So that was a really good moral boosting victory for South Africa. So these were the 4 matches which happened on 20th of October, 4 warm-up matches. Now let's also have a look at the 4 warm-up matches which happened on 18th October. On 18th October, we will start with the match between Pakistan and West Indies. Pakistan won this match easily. West Indies made 130 for 7, and Pakistan chased it down in 15.3 overs only, losing only 3 wickets. Let's have a look at the scorecard. West Indies batted first. They made 130 for 7, and among their batting, as we can see, really none of the batsmen performed well. There were some decent scores, Hetmeyer 28, Gale 20, but no big scores. Pollard 23 of 10. Okay, this was a good innings because it came of only 10 balls. And among Pakistan bowlers, Afridi was expensive, 41 for 2. Hassan Ali was their best bowler, 21 for 2 in 4 overs. Then Haris Rauf, 32 runs for 2 wickets. Imad Wasim also bowled well. 3 overs, only 6 runs and 1 wicket. Okay. Now let's see who batted well for Pakistan. Babar Azam made half century, 50. Rizwan 13. Fakhar Zaman again, he made 46 of only 24 balls. Okay, again a strike rate of 191.6. So Fakhar Zaman is in good form. He's showing good form. He is proving to be Pakistan's danger man. And let's see the bowling of West Indies. Well, none of their bowlers were impressive. Hayden Walsh, he was too expensive, 41 for 2. No, too expensive. Ravi Rampal, 19 for 1. That's okay. But they didn't have much of a score to defend. Their batting failed in both the matches. Okay, so let's have a look at the next match. South Africa versus Afghanistan. South Africa won this match by 41 runs. They made 145 for 5. South Africa in batting first. And Afghanistan could only make 104 for 8. So let's see who performed well for South Africa in batting. Markram, Adil Markram was the top scorer, making 48 of 35. Bavuma at the top, he made 31, but again very slow. Strike rate of only 79.5. He is the captain. He needs to show some urgency. He batted slow in the other match also. Then Van der Dussen, who was hero in their recent match, he made 21 runs of 17 balls. So overall, not much except Markram and some contribution from others. The total of 145, that was a decent total, not a big total. Among bowlers, Nabi 25 for 1, Mujib 24 for 3, Rashid Khan was not playing, so rest of the bowling was okay. But Afghanistan batting failed. So that means South African bowling must be good. Well, as you can see, Mohammad Nabi was the top scorer, 34 net out, except that all their batsmen failed. Okay. And if we see bowling for South, if we see the bowling for South Africa, their best bowler was Tabrir Shamsi, 18 runs, 3 wickets. Lungi Nagidi was okay, 27 runs, 2 wickets. But John Fortune was also good, very economical. 4 overs, 12 runs only, and 1 wicket. Keshav Maharaj too, 4 overs, only 14 runs, 1 wicket. Okay. So South African team looks good here. In this match, they bowled well, and the next match, when Wander Dusain mid century, they batted well. Now we come to the next match, next warm-up match, Australia versus New Zealand. Australia won this match by 3 wickets. New Zealand batted first, made 158 for 7. And it was a close match. Australia chased down this total in 19.5 overs. And they also lost 7 wickets. They made 159 for 7. From New Zealand, they had a decent start. Guptill 30, Daryl Mitchell 33, Williamson 37, Conway 12, Neesham, okay, he played a cameo, 31 from 18 balls only. Good strike rate. So it was a decent total, 158. But Australian batting proved too good. Among Australian bowlers, Kane Richardson was the best bowler, 24 runs for 3 wickets. Zampa, 17 for 2. The rest of the bowlers were okay. Stark, Agar, Mitchell Marsh. Mitchell Marsh was too expensive. 4 overs, 53 runs. Oh my God, that's too expensive. And then let's see how Australian batsmen chased this total. David Warner was out for a duck. Oh, he failed in both the matches. Aaron Finch 24, Mitchell Marsh 24, Steve Smith 35, Finnoyes 28, Ashton Agar 23. So other batsmen from Australia, they played decently. Matthew Wade was out on 0. So ultimately they chased it down with just 1 ball remaining. New Zealand bowlers, Mitchell Santner was the best bowler. 22 runs, 3 wickets. Trent Boult also 13 runs, 2 wickets. And Tim Southee was expensive. 42 for 1. Kyle Jamieson was also expensive. 42 for 1. Okay. So now let's have a look at our last match. Last warm-up match. This also happened on 18th October. This was between India and England. India won this match. England made 188 for 5 and India made 192 for 3 in 19 overs. So India won by 7 wickets. It was a good total by England, but India chased it down comfortably. In England batting, the top scorer was Bairstow, 49 runs. Okay, 36 balls. Livingstone batted well, 30 runs of 20 balls. Moeen Ali, 43 runs of only 20 balls, a strike rate of 215. Okay. So basically, none of their batsmen actually failed. All of them did something. Even their top 3, they scored something, 17, 18, 18. So it was a good batting effort, but their bowlers failed, or maybe Indian batting proved too good. And among Indian bowlers, Shami took maximum wickets, 40 for 3. Ashwin was economical, 23 for 0. Bumrah was also economical, 26 for 1. And Bhuvneshwar, oh my God, 4 overs, 54 runs, no wicket. Worry signs for India. Rahul Chahar continuing with his bad form of IPL, 4 overs, 43 runs, 1 wicket. And let's see who was the hero for Indian batting. KL Rahul, 51 of only 24 balls. Oh, 3 sixes, 212.5 strike rate. Ishan Kishan, net out. Actually, it's not retired hard because he gave chance to others. 70 runs at a strike rate of 152. Well, Ishan also batted really well. Virat Kohli failed, only 11 runs. Rishabh Pant Net out 29 runs of only 14 balls, 3 sixes. Good signs for India. Pant is showing form. Surya Kumar Yadav failed 8 runs. Hardik Pandya 12 net out. Then from English bowlers, well, nothing much to talk about. David Willey was economical, 3 overs, 16 runs, 1 wicket. Rest of the bowlers didn't do much. Livingstone, 2 overs, 10 runs, 1 wicket. And other bowlers gave away a lot of runs. They didn't take much of the wickets also. So these were the details of 8 warm-up matches which happened for the preparation of Super 6 group stage. And now the final group stage is going to start soon from Saturday. So let's see how it goes. Okay, friends, that's it. That's it for today in this video.